What's up, y'all? Hey, y'all. How you doing? What's new? I can't sing, but I like to. Hey, guys, what's up? Back with another video. Man, I've been got a lot on the brain. I have my little genius book here, and the days where I'm not on social media, I'm actually being very observant of the world around me, living life and all the things. So I have all these cool notes. I have all these topics I want to talk about. And also, you guys, thank you so much for contributing. I actually have an NGL link. It's in my Instagram, Official Vixen After Dark, where you guys ask me questions. So a lot of these are very grand questions, and some is just BS. So your question might not get to the channel, but I told you guys I would answer all your questions here, and I'm live with it. I was gonna actually record this video, social media versus reality, but I was like, you know what? I want people to chime in if you catch me live. I didn't announce when I'm going live. I'm just gonna pop up. So you might want to smash the subscribe button and click the bell. That way you guys are notified every time I do go live. That way you guys can chime on in. Okay. So I do have my handy dandy little notes here. I also have the comments up this time so I can see y'all and see what y'all talking about when y'all go live with me. So I really wanted to bring up this topic. At this point of life, I've been on social media for decades. So I'm like, you know what? I'm about to just bring up this topic because lately I've been feeling, as far as me not wanting to just even scroll on social media. I'm just not into it anymore. As more time passes by, I'm just like, what are we focusing? Like, what is the focus here? What are we talking about? I just be shaking my head most of the time. And social media be messing with people's heads. It's kind of like having a roller coaster of emotions that never stops. Literally, that never stops. And, a lot of people compare themselves to other people's lives. They don't even know if they're real, they're fake. You know what I'm saying? It's fear of FOMO. Like, you don't want to miss out on the next big thing. Always catching other people's lives, Zooms, Facebook groups, podcasts, whatever it is. Like, nobody wants to miss out on the vital information that's about to be spread across the world. You know what I mean? So it's like, and that whole comparison thing, it's like people assuming the lives of others through social media. Like, someone could have like a perfect looking life and just come on live and just appear as if nothing is going on. They have no challenges. They have, it's like a lot of people just show off to gloat, or my information is better than yours, or I know everything and you don't, or, you know what I'm saying? It's just like a whole lot of that. And I feel like it can make a lot of people feel very inadequate, and it can really mess with everyone's mental health, and you can be a person that gets down on yourself for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So I really want to talk about these things. This is why I brought up my little handy dandy book here. There's a lot of haters, there's cyber bullies, just lurking in the shadows, just waiting to comment on anybody's posts and things of that nature. It's just so much, It's like they have no chill. Let me pause in my book for a second. It's like they have no chill, you know what I mean? Like, people just spreading negativity, hurting people from behind closed doors. They wouldn't say that to anybody's face, you know what I'm saying? Creating fake accounts, and it's like a never-ending battle in this world, already off top, to already stay strong and stand on 10 toes and really brush off the haters and still allow yourself to live this life, and you know what I'm saying, and try and be in a good mindset, to strive to go forward, to maybe even be a creator online, You know what I'm saying? It's all of that. And there's a constant need right now, what I've been observing more than ever, the need for validation. It's really like Walt Disney's at an all-time high. The show is on, people, okay? So it's like people are hunting for likes and comments, and you know, it's just the praise. They just want to feel worthy. They want to feel like somebody, and they feel like that is what's gonna do it for them, you know. And this is the world that we live in, and this is, you know, social media versus reality. This is why I brought this topic up. And you know, it's like people are addicted to this dopamine rush. I feel like a lot of us probably have our dopamine and serotonin levels are just way off, like for real, because ever since social media apps started, like I'm gonna just keep it a whole buck. And if you're a person that doesn't post, but yet you have all these accounts, means you're still consuming, you're still watching it, even if you don't post it. So you still probably have serotonin and dopamine levels that are out of whack too. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and I feel like once that hit is gone, then like people feel empty, and then you crave more. And that was the whole gist of why they started all these social media apps in the first place. There's a cool video that I watched. Well, it wasn't cool. It was not cool, but very informative. What was it? I think it was like a John F. Rockefeller. It was a little insert. Did I write it down? Hold on. I think I might have wrote this down. It was a video. Hold on. The Secret Covenant. Watch that. Go Google it. I'm not going to talk about it on here, but go watch that. Okay? So anyways, and don't get me started on the fake profiles of people acting as if they're happy, acting as if they're successful, acting as if they have everything. Now that we have this AI technology, you know, it's fun. And you know, I created a couple of apps and stuff like that. They already got our information anyway, so don't get all spooky about it. Like, don't do that because they're gonna create this and that. They already have our information, they already have our profiles, and they got everything. So I don't know what y'all be spooky for about it. I had a little fun with it just to see what it would generate, but some people are actually really utilizing it, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like really faking the funk with it as if this is their lifestyle. And that's the scary part about it. You know, it's all a facade. You know, many people buy into these things, and it's like you could think someone got it all together when really they're struggling. You know what I mean? And that's always been a theme. That's always been a theme. It's always been a theme. We got to remember social media is not reality. It's a tool, especially if you have like a business, or you know what I'm saying? Some people keep it for keeping in touch with family and things of that nature. I'm gonna get into all that, but it's just like a highlight reel. Some people like to use it for, you know, like an online album, like an online digital album to seek progress in the world. You know, we can't really define our worth through social media, and it just messes with our mental health. Like, people have to know this. And I know I'm stating the obvious, but sometimes you just really need to take a break from social media and actually connect with real people in real life. Like, what happened to that? You know what I'm saying? We got to focus on what truly matters and really stay strong and really actually build connections outside of social media. Like, I'm from the era, I'm so happy the era I grew up, you know, I'm an 80s baby, so we grew up having to be outside and, you know, play in the dirt and pogs and marbles and have fights and, you know, throw our shoes on top of the pole. You when you get a new pair, come home when the street lights came off, or still be out there, you know what I'm saying, like causing a ruckus. Like, I'm so happy I grew up in that. And now I'm looking at like, damn, do I even want to have a kid in this world? Like, it makes you not want to, but it's like, you can't be scared, you can't be fear. If that's in the books for me to do that, then great. Like, at least I have, you know, I could see the big picture of where this goes, and people like stuff iPads and strollers and give their 8-year-olds and 9-year-olds cell phones, and like, what? Like, it's just crazy to me. So let's get into it. Let's bring out the book. I'm gonna answer some of you guys' questions within all of this as well in the mix of it. So if you're watching, you may get your question answered in here. So social media can be like two different worlds. You feel me? People may be showing off their best side, and some people actually might show you how they got it up out of the mud and, you know, in chronological order of where they're at today, which I think is very grand. That was my whole spiel. When I first started, that wasn't it. It was like doing it backwards, because that's what the gurus taught me to do when I was doing online stuff. But then I didn't like that. It didn't sit right with my heart. It didn't feel godly to me whatsoever. And I said, you know what, this ain't right. And so I flipped it, you know, the original way, like showing people how to get it out of the mud, showing all my ups and downs, showing what didn't work, what did work, things that I've tried, things that I failed at. You know, I did it all, okay? So very vulnerable on camera. Just being very transparent and authentic within the content that I've been putting out for so many years. And so, you know, the fancy vacations, like we've posted them, the perfect selfies. I remember I used to take hella selfies. Now I only take thumbnails for like posting content. Like I rarely ever, like if I'm feeling good and I'm out and I'm like, yeah, selfie. But like, I remember I used to take like thousands and hundreds until you find the right one years ago. Like, oh my God, that's a whole mess, you know? All of us would love to just, you know, I like how social media is just like, you know, like the online album vibe, right? Just post highlights of your weekend and what you got into, and there's no like filters. It's just like, this is what I did. This is how I'm feeling. You know what I mean? Like the, what are those moments when you capture them? The moments that are candid shots, you know, where they look like, even when you're in movement, you know what I'm saying? Like just candid, or when you're not looking and someone catches you off guard. I feel like those are the best. I love people that have content like that. Like that's the content I like to consume, you know? It's just, it's so real. But then there's also now, you know, people that like those candid shots. They have apps now that make it look like you're moving and do. I'm like, oh Lord Jesus, you taking away everything. Like they just taking away everything. You know, then it became like a theme when like the photos look like they were moving or like kind of weird. Like people started, I'm just like, man, Lord Jesus. But social media is always going to be, I feel like, a part of our lives. So we have to kind of get into it. You know, there's going to be the glitz, there's going to be the glam, the sad, the bad, and the ugly. You know, in reality, we have to recognize it's not so picture perfect. You know, a lot of people are going through things that they don't talk about. We all have our ups and downs. You know, I'm included in that. You know what I'm saying? We all have our struggles. We all have our bad days. Not every day is fucking perfect, peaches and cream, rainbows and strawberries every goddamn day. You know what I'm saying? It's just some people like to choose to deal with their things in private. Hence why a lot of people probably don't even like to post their kids online because of what's going on. It's like, it's gotten real deep, y'all. This is like deep. The witchcraft is deep. Like it's real deep. It's real deep. You know, the filters. Now we have the AI, right? Editing on social media, the face tuning and all that stuff. You know, taking away the blemishes and the marks and the scars and the whatever have you. Trying to look flawless, but in reality, it's a whole nother person. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's scary for the kids because they look up to these people that so-called look flawless, you know? And here goes we got the whole like makeup era came in, and then it was the fashion, and then it was like the butt injections, and then it was nose jobs, and then it was, you name it, fillers, lip jobs, you know, the weaves and all the wigs and all the, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I can go on for days. I'm pretty sure you can too. And, you know, we got to remember social media is just a highlight. It's not the whole story. Pictures, that's what they say, pictures say 1,000 words, okay? We have to really recognize this. Let's pull up the book here. Whew. Oh, and don't let me get started on the comparisons. This just crushes me talking about it. I mean, it's not hard to compare yourselves to others, especially when people are flexing online. This is why we are considered the consumers of life, right? Because you see something on TikTok, you see something on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, you name it. And it's like, you gotta have it, you gotta buy it, you gotta be it. And, it's hard to stay grounded when the world is moving so quick, so fast, and anybody now can just pick up a phone and take a video or a photo or say something or spread information spreads like a wildfire. You want to know something first? Go to Twitter. That's like the modern day newspaper now. You sitting on the shitter and you just scrolling, right? So everybody's journey is unique, and we all have to remember that. We can't measure our worth by these goddamn likes and these goddamn followers. Like, I know millionaires that have 11 followers or 2 likes. It's like, and they making real good money, and they living well off, and they're traveling, they're having the time of their life. You know what I'm saying? Versus someone that probably bought their followers and has like 1 million followers and has all the engagement, and it's all the peaches, creams, and rainbows that you see, but really in reality it might not even be like that. You don't even know what's fake and what's phony. You know what I'm saying? So their whole real life can be messy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And we got to know that. Okay, we got to know that. We got to teach our kids this. This is what I would teach my kids if I had kids. Like, I would literally go do things the old school way as much as possible, even though I know it may be hard because, kids are influenced by other kids in school. Well, mommy, they have a phone. Can I get an iPhone? Like, me in the babysitting world, honey, the things that kids say easily influenced like that within school. So I kudos to you if you're a parent and you wear that hat. God damn, I can't even go down that line because I don't have kids, but I've babysitted enough. I've taken care of enough kids in my life to where it's like literally having them overnight for days in a row, like literally, like low-key, like they're my own. So I've been there, you know what I'm saying, at a very young age too. But anyways, that's besides the point. I just want to come on here and say, don't get caught up on social media and all the hype. You got to really stay true and authentic to yourself, and you really keep it real, and remember that reality is where the real magic happens. Like how they say the real moments of life don't get caught on camera. Well, that's fucking true. That's how I feel. I feel like the best moments I've ever had are not caught on fucking camera, because they're like, it's real life. Like, it's like in person kind of a vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's like the real deal Holyfield. Like, it just doesn't get caught on camera. And that's what I like. That's where I'm at with it. Now let's kind of talk about social media as far as, I got to talk about all of it. I'm just kind of going to go in from my notes here for my book, because I want to kind of stay on task, and if you guys, just in case you guys chime in, because there's so much I want to say, and I probably won't even get everything I want to say in this video, but I just want to bring awareness about social media versus real life right now and what's been playing out recently, especially because we have Saturn and Neptune in Pisces. I know a lot of y'all probably on this channel ain't into astrology, but with the movies and the commercials and the news and everything that's playing out, it's just literally just test us to see what we will gravitate towards, to see what we will believe, so that way they can continue to dish out more of that type of content. Remember, we are the bag, right? We keep all of this world moving, checking and driving, right? So you gotta really think like that. So on the positive note, let's talk about the positive energy of this. So when social media first came out, I actually loved how, the positive aspect of it was I was moving around a lot in my younger years. So to stay connected with people, I remember when Facebook came out. What was that, like, I don't know, 2008? I think I made my first Facebook account. And it it kept me connected to my family. I'm from New York. So it really connected me to my family that was on the East Coast, all the way from New York to North Carolina to Florida, you know, and then me moving around so much, I was able to connect to people that I met in the different areas, and we kind of stayed connected and met up and traveled together, and birthdays, house celebrations, holidays, things of that nature, right? So there's the good aspect of it. Even when you meet acquaintances in real time, you know, now the new thing is like, you got an Instagram? Like, it's not what's your phone number, it's you got an Instagram. That's the crazy part too. Like, goddamn, we already can't even remember goddamn phone numbers. I remember probably, I only know like, I only know how many numbers by heart. Probably like 3. I don't know nobody else's. But, the other good part about social media is sharing info, right? We can be really quick, fast on our feet. Like, for example, if you driving, you going somewhere this weekend, you get your homegirl or homeboy post something on stories and be like, hey, there's a DUI checkpoint at 25th and Sutter, some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, or whatever news is happening like out in the world, as far as rolling blackouts, or this is happening, laws being made, and whatever have you. You get updates in a quick lickety spit, like, you know what I'm saying? Right then and there, right away. And so that's good. Sometimes it's a lifesaver as far as emergencies. Like if there's a fat fire that's by your house, you didn't know about it, and then somebody posted it somewhere on Facebook and tagged you, or Twitter or Instagram, whatever. Now you know about it. And now you're preparing, you're scraggling to get the hell out, because you may miss an emergency broadcast that may not even be on your phone, or you might not even be attentive to be on the news or something like that. And you just happen to just get an alert from an app, and it's talking about these things. So it really helps to raise awareness in many areas of life, some important things. And so also on the same token of that, like what I started using social media for, when I started actually, tapping into it, I can't believe I had a YouTube like 14, 15 years ago. Oh, I always think about how life could be, you know what I mean? But I wasn't serious about it. I was just like, oh, this is a cool video. And I still know the channel, and I have videos of me doing magic tricks and like recording people doing funny moments. I was so little, so young, like, and I had YouTube, what? So anyways, so as I got more serious, social media is for the hustlers, I feel like, you know what I mean? It's for the hustlers, for real, straight up. Social media can be a gold mine if you know how to target a specific avatar, target a specific audience to get your knowledge across, or your products, or whatever you're selling out there in the world. It's definitely great for that, and we know these things. But I just have to get these positives out there too as well. It's good for networking. It's good for collabing. It's good for there's so many pros to it. This is why it's a double-edged sword. So many pros to it, especially for businesses, to bring awareness. Like, hey, I just opened up my shop. You know what I mean? Like, let me just start going live, and these are all the people that are here. This is our grand opening. Come and get a free whatever. Come and get a free haircut. Like, you know what I'm saying? All the way up until we got food here. We got, you know what I mean? It does a lot for so many people, as far as business-wise, as far as people that are creative. It's really a perfect spot as far as what the different types of apps, they're all different on the types of content, but there's a dark side to every single app. But as far as a business standpoint, on the lighter side of it, every app moves in a different light. They move in a different way, okay? So you can really show off your skills. You can even find more opportunities, more job opportunities, or more ways to make money to increase your financial forecast. We all know these things. You can really team up with other people, create some epic projects. I know I've met some great people. We're still friends to this day, just based off of money-making opportunities, traveling together, even maybe dating, but like actual friends, like still today, that we still on the same accord, you know what I'm saying, which is really dope. Traveling together, like I said, experiencing life, how to make each other's lives better, whatever it is that we're tapping into. So that's dope for that. So you can really create some grand online communities for the most part. You can meet some grand people. You can find people with the same interests as you just by tapping some keywords. You can find some good Facebook groups. Like I call them safe spaces or safe havens for people that are into the same things as you. You know, people have the same hobbies as you. The people that identify just like you into the things that you're into. You can really zero in and find these people. So it's kind of cool in that aspect, because I know the more that we tap more into social media and the more we tap into the online world, you know what I'm saying? It's like some people are so lonely in their actual real life. This is all they have is this phone. This is all they have are these apps, you know? So it's like people that actually, that's that saying, like, you know, how strangers actually support you faster than family. Well, I've experienced that. When I first started in this entrepreneur world, right? Started learning about it. So people actually will have your back and support you and give you donations and money and subscribe and, you know, buy your products or tap into your knowledge, whatever it is that you have going on, and be tuned in, tapped and turn on, and offer support, encourage you, motivate you, share your stuff. There are people out there that actually really do that. Keep you up on the latest things that are happening right now, as far as, you know, if you do want to build your financial portfolio, or if you do want to know a little bit of information about a certain topic or whatever have you, or, you know, what's happening now, what's not, you know, all kinds of stuff. Especially when you need something the most, like right then and now. What does everybody do? We don't use phone books anymore. Those don't exist. We don't use the house phone. We use our cell phones, right? We go straight to Google, which is like the #1 search engine, or now it's like everybody goes to TikTok University. Like, go to TikTok, you'll find somebody was like, how do I charge my phone? I ain't got no charger. I'm like, go to TikTok. And then I was like, I bet you I'll put in something like how to charge your phone without a goddamn charger. Sure enough, some dude was like plugging his charger into a goddamn Apple or some dumb shit. Like, I'm like, what the hell is going on? But it worked, right? So anyways, stuff like that. So people go straight to, I feel like a competition between Google and TikTok's SEO search engine is like, it's right there. I think that's why TikTok incorporated SEO, because people go in there and just like search for something, you know, how to do something. So, you know, so the learning game is super easy now. Like, there's no excuse on why you can't do something or gain some type of skill, because there's a goddamn tutorial about it. There's YouTubes about it. There's videos about it. There's audiobooks about it. There's actual physical books you can try and go buy and find. Like, oh yeah, go to Barnes and Nobles and grab this copy, or go to Amazon and go buy this. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many ways. You know, there's a lot of educational power out there in the online world. You know, I'm gonna get into the other side of it. Just let me finish though. So if you want to up your game or gain some skills, of course, that's going to be online. You know what I'm saying? How to garden, how to ride a bike, how to put something together, how to build some shit, there's tricks, and there's all kinds of tricks and trades that you can learn from there. You know, you want to up your game, or you want to grow as a person, you know, you want to learn more about yourself, you know what I mean? Anything, you know what I'm saying? Inside, outside, whatever it is, external, internal, no problem. There's tons of platforms that allow you to do all of this. You know, like I said, the educational content, tutorials, there's lots of resources, hotlines, all kinds of stuff. Okay, so there's a lot of open doors that are out there. I can't imagine why anyone says they're bored or lazy, because let me tell you, I can give your ass something to do. Okay, like, I'm the type of friend, I'll provoke you to be like, why don't you get into this? You'd be a great fit for that. Or why don't you try this? Or why don't you try that? If you know me, you know you're my friend for real in real life, you know that's how I roll. Because there ain't no way, hell, your life should be boring, or you ain't got nothing to do. Like, something ain't right. Something ain't, I have to be like, something ain't right. If you bored, or you ain't got no skill sets, or you have no type of passion, no creative bone in your body, like, what? You can learn anything, learn something, shit. And even you probably get paid for it. You know what I mean? So social media is more than just selfies and cat videos, okay? There's a lot out there, but you know, some do just use it to get a laugh. You know, like I said, there's some people that are lonely in the world. They may not have someone to hug them, hold them, kiss them, tell them they're doing a good job or whatever. So what do? They look to social media maybe for a laugh, for a good time. Hence, these could be the people that troll. You know, they're so bored with life. They just, you know, want to nitpick on other people. But anyways, you know, it's good for connecting. It's good for, you know, to feel like you are a part of something. You know what I mean? Especially when you recognize that there could be other people that are into the same things that you're into. So you feel like, oh wait, there is someone that does that. Okay. Whew, I'm not the only one that does it. Okay, I'm not crazy. I'm not weird. Like, it's there, right? So you can learn new things on this wild ride, but as long as you play your cards right, social media can really be a game changer for everybody, okay? Now, on the flip side, this is the juice balls part, right? So on the flip side, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. On the flip side, when you are in social media, there's what's called information overload. Okay, I've been there. I've been in the rabbit holes. Especially, let me give you an example. There's so many headlines that play out, and you want to find out the details because what? You're bored. You have nothing else going on, or you're just simply intrigued, or you want to learn the psychology behind why people do what they do, whatever your reasoning is, right? We all have been there to where, oh, did you find out about what happened to old girl? And then you talk to your neighbor or your friend or your parent or your lover. Oh, guess what they did? They indicted him. He got 10 years. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's on in the scoop, right? They want to know the scoop. So, you know, there's information overload, but there's also fake news. Right? There's a lot of fake news that can be put out on social media. So, you know, it can really distract you. It can really bombard you with so much crap, okay? Even if you're a person trying to get away from it, you have one friend or one follower, either you really know them in real life or you don't, that's into that stuff or whatever that you're not into, and you still get it, even if you're trying to avoid it from scrolling or seeing it. It'll be sent to you. This happens to me on a daily. I get sent bullshit all the time. People that I know and I don't know that I'm not into. I just don't respond. I don't say anything to it. And then they'll usually get the hint. If I don't respond to it, they won't send it again. They're like, oh, she must not like this. She's not saying anything. And also too, it's hard to tell nowadays what's real and what's fake because you have, you know, this Project Bluebeam happening versus what's happening in actual real life. So this is why it's very important to know thyself, and so that you know what's real versus what's fake, what's being put in your face as something as a distraction to hide you from really what's going on. As far as, you know, let's say, for example, there's what the fuck was that? There's let's say, for example, they're passing certain laws, right? But they want to put something else in your face, something about like a basketball player or football player, like something stupid, right? When really they just pass like actual important laws that you really need to know about in the state that you live or some shit like that. It's going to cause a detriment maybe to your home or your community or your business. You know what I mean? But that's the stuff they don't want you to know. It's passing behind the scenes, and yet here's a distraction. Here's a headline. Someone's missing. Someone got shot. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's always negative. So fake news spreads like wildfire. And then people play telephone. And then they add in their 2 cents. And then as soon as you know that game telephone where it's like, okay, let me tell you one thing. I was wearing a red dress yesterday. When it gets all the way down through the wildfire of social media, it's the bitch was wearing a red dress, she had a hat on, then she was with her boyfriend, she was acting like she wasn't, and then she went on a date, and then she went and hooked her car into a pole, crashed that, ran, got a ride from somebody gonna put a gun on her, and it's like, it ends up being a whole nother story. It's like, god damn, like, what? Like, people be making up their own stuff and then they believe it, make up their own stuff. So in all the mix of this, people even become low-key pathological liars. Like, you actually start to kind of believe even what you think is the rhetoric of the story or whatever playing out, and then people add on to that and add on and add on. It just, oh Lord, Jesus. This is what messes with our heads. right? This is what causes the confusion. And this is why people stay so intrigued, because if you really think about it, you know, humans are like, you know, we're creatures of habit and also drama and toxicity. It, you know, like soap operas. I know my mom, she still watches soap operas to this day. You know what I'm saying? They've been on for 50 years, and she loves the drama. You know, some people like to watch, they're so intrigued with psychotic serial killers, and they watch those on TV. You know, just like the same person who likes Halloween and scary movies and shit like that. Like, everybody has their jam that they're into. And it's always I would always say it's more always on the negative side. And you see this playing out every day. Just like how if you're a person that's trying to spread positive energy and yeah, you know what I mean? And like, this is how you do this, and it's something good for you. Like, this is how you buy a house. This is what to look for when you're shopping, or this is what to look for. You know what I mean? Like, whatever it is, that does not get spread. It's more of the drama, of course, and the negative bullshit, and the fights and the brawls and the chaos, and you know, all of that stuff will get 5 million views versus someone that's providing you some grand education that can help your mind, body, and soul in life. You know what I'm saying? We all know this, right? So social media platforms, it's like it's like already, you know, the government is like invading our life, right? And now you have people doing it, and that's the scary part. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, I've had my share of stalkers that I had to deal with in real life, restraining orders, the whole nine. People get so crazy and obsessed that they do anything and they go to any length to find out where you live, what car you drive, the places you frequent. You know, you don't even know what is going on. And that's where it gets a little scary and it gets a little dark, right? So, you know, people collect our personal data, and they probably have mood boards with our faces on it. You know what I'm saying? Saving and screenshotting, and you know, putting it in a vault or printing it out, like just crazy. I remember some guy used to make like collages of me. I'm like, I don't know what to say, thank you, or if this is creepy. Like, what? Like, of course, you know, kept it in good graces and was like, oh, thanks, that's so sweet. Maybe I'll use it one day. And really, in my mind, I'm like, this nigga's psycho. Like, what is going on? So, you know, what do they do with the info? And I'm not just talking like regular people. I'm even talking like the government. Like, what happens when you delete a picture or a video? Where does it really go? Do you know? Do you know where it goes? Here goes the dark side, right? They got all these other webs. It's not just Yahoo and Google and Firefox and all that, guys. There's way other deep, dark, you know, the black web websites and stuff. And that's probably where all of our deleted pictures and photos and videos go. But it's away from your phone. You don't see it anymore, but it's going somewhere and it's being used for something, and we have no control over it. And that's the scary, jacked up part about it. It's shady, right? So, and then they want to talk about cybersecurity. Do you really have that? Do you really have that? You know, there's so many like Cash App scandals, you know, people charging maybe even your credit card or something, like, you know what I mean? It's like, is it really cybersecurity or not? You know what I mean? Is that like does that really exist or not? You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Anyways, some people on social media, there's the cyber bullies, right? This has been going on forever, you know. I feel like a lot of people have more haters online than they do in real life. Like, really think about that. Like, it's a whole video game. Like, it's stupid. Hiding behind the screens, you know, like I was talking about earlier, throwing the shade, you know, oh, look at her toes, or look at her face, or look at her head, or, you know, you know, look at how they're dressed, or, you know, just talk. Why would you do that? Why would you say this? Why would you go there? Hey, T. I believe there is cybersecurity, but folks know how to finesse. Yes, exactly. I believe it too. You know, I see it all the time. They be like, oh, this is how you do this is how you do that, this is how you get cashed out, you know, 3 racks a day or $250 a day. Do this before they figure it out. It's like all the loophole kind of stuff, right? And it's scary. So anyways, I'm not here to fearmonger, but I'm just giving you the facts. What else do I have here? So anyway, so a lot of people get away with hurting other people online. Now, I feel bad for the kids, you know what I mean, that have these phones, and like if you allow your kids to have a cell phone and they're like 6, 7, 8, 9, like what? Shit, I don't recall having a cell phone at that age. You know what I'm saying? Like, you better make them go out in the street and get their ass beat and really figure it out and survivor skills and all that shit and play, you know what I'm saying? But is it realistic where you live? I don't know. And that's the other token that comes involved too. It's like the environment in which people live. Some may not be able to have that actual experience and it work for them, but some can. Some do make it happen. You know, I know, one family, and the rule at his house is the internet goes off at 7 p.m. Okay, so homework needs to be done before then. You need to figure all that stuff out. After 7 p.m., there's no internet in the house. And then, of course, there's a separate router for the adults that they have access to that Wi-Fi and that password and stuff. I'm like, that's hella smart. That's so fucking smart. But then now here, there's also TV. There's also movies. There's Netflix. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, shit. It's just really figuring out what level of toxic are you at, because either way we're gonna be consuming or hearing noises or sounds, even, you know what I mean, that can even broadcast certain energies. Oh god, it's like the unseen side of it too. So it's so much. I can go a little bit deeper, but we ain't gonna go that deep today, but you catch my drift on that. The addiction to social media, Lord Jesus. I remember back in my day when I first started, when was this? Facebook. When it was the beginning of Facebook. I remember like AOL Messenger. I think it was like I don't know if that was first and then it was Facebook. I don't remember, but remember it was like, you've got mail. And like everyone had a sidekick. I remember having a sidekick and then having the AOL Messenger. And everybody just always wanted to just put cute little like away messages on the sidekick. And that was when the addiction kicked in for me. Like I was always on my sidekick, like always on that thing. And then it was Facebook, just being addicted to Facebook. Like it was a whole nother world. And this is before algorithms, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. But you become hooked, it's like a drug. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to quit. Some people get so obsessed with actual people's lives, you know what I'm saying, and not just the actual app of it all, but tuning in every single day, all the time, every day, all day, like going to every single platform to see what they do every single day and not say not one word, not like anything, not share anything. They're just completely silent, completely quiet, and just watching and stalking. And that's where it gets a little creepy. You know, like at least have your own profile. Let me know who you are. Like my shit, share my shit, comment on my shit so I don't think you're a whole ass weirdo. You know what I'm saying? Like say something, speak up. We need you to speak up. And I get a phone till I was 16. Oh, you didn't get a phone till you were 16. AOL sidekicks, tag, Black Planet. That's what it was. Black Planet, MySpace, right. The stalkers and lurkers. Exactly. Black Planet. Thank you. I was on that too. That was a whole dating site. MySpace. I forgot about little Tom over there. Yeah, and remember the cool part about MySpace was we actually used to do coding then. A lot of people don't realize, like, we were coders. We were doing the HTTP, hashtag semicolon RSKZU to put cool like backgrounds and music. Like, we were coders back then. And now it's like we've become so far away from using our brain with these one button click of a jams or whatever. And now it's like, probably, I bet you nobody knows how to code. I mean, I still know how to code. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, the average human now probably was like, I forgot how to do that. I don't even know what I was doing. I don't even know how I did it. But everybody had cool little backgrounds, or you could put like your top 3, top 6 people. Like, we were coding back then, y'all. Coding. Coding is like, I would say it's in like a top 10 job with all these social media apps. If you know how to code, you can make some bank. But also too, so getting towards the algorithms. What you doing, Daddy? Getting towards the algorithms. So I remember when I was on Facebook, MySpace, we didn't have algorithms back then. I used to be on live videos and have like 64,000 people, 32,000 people, 16,000 people on a Facebook Live. When I used to do like motivational talks and stuff like that. That's how I started. Like, imagine going out in the world of social media, and then that's the reach of amount of people that you get before the algorithm. Woo! And that's when I started going online. I had to really break the ice as far as learning how to speak and talk in front of a camera and all these things. Like, it was harder then, I feel like, than it is now, but I don't know. You prove me wrong if maybe it's harder. You think it's harder now, because now we have algorithms. Now it's like you can really talk to yourself. Like, I'm just talking. It's just me and y'all in here. 6 people we got here right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't hard. Like, I've had, you know what I mean? Like, it's an algorithm. So clearly my channel is not an algorithm. Now, these algorithms got us stuck in our own little bubbles, right? So we have that. Only seeing the things that we want to see. So if you like a whole bunch of cat videos, you're gonna see all cat videos. If you like a whole bunch of ass and titties, you're gonna see just ass and titties. Like a whole bunch of carnal shit. You know what I'm saying? If you like, crypto, you're just gonna see all crypto and trading and videos and forex and binary and all that shit. It's based off of what you like is what you will now be shown and plugged into. Now, some of these social media apps, I've noticed they play a couple of games, okay? They try to spice things up and change things up a little bit. If you're a person, though, that's me, like an actual content creator, and you're on these apps every day, all the time, because you're trying to get a reach or an audience or whatever have you, especially if you're doing ads. I used to do Facebook ads. I know how to do Facebook ads. I used to do ads all the time. So you can go to the detail of an avatar. If they're in college, if they live with their mama, how old they are, their skin color. You can really get it down to the nitty gritty. So sometimes these algorithms will just show you based on the ads. So let's say, for example, I'm a business and I'm targeting, people with red hair that's gone to school. They're between the ages of 18 and 30. They don't have a car, they don't have a job, whatever it is. I can pinpoint all of that, and then I can target you. So these ads come in, and so this is why we are only seeing 10 to 15% of the actual people that you follow. And then also on the back end, you're being shown content of people you ain't even following. And these are the ads, but also this is also based off of what you like. So it's the new shit coming through, okay? They're gonna try and use these AI bots now to even speed that up even more now. Really push content you ain't even following. Like, how did I see this? Like, why is this on my page? Hold on. Like, why is this going on? Connie, what'd you do? So there's that, right? So this is how you get hooked. This is how This is what makes you spend hours scrolling, because if they show you more of what you like, you're gonna stay on the app a little bit longer, right? Makes sense. Then the algorithm came in and it only became selective about specific things or what we feed. Right. I see it on IG a lot, and I don't even follow those pages. Exactly. So that's what I'm talking about. So it's either based off of the ads, and it's also based off of what you like and what you comment, right? So keep that in mind as I'm speaking right now, okay? So this is what causes us to stay stuck in our own world that we live in, okay? Only, like, for example, my algorithm, I see certain things on mine because I know how to set mine up to see what I want to see, as far as more positive or educational, I'll talk about that in a minute, but I know how to tweak the algorithm. Okay, I'm trying to give you tidbits on how you can try and do it too. And it also depends on if you're a creator, if you are considered a creator on the app, or a business entity on the app, or personal use. That also matters too. Anyways, so this is what makes us even more divided and more polarized, because now you are stuck in your bubble of content you like to see, and this is where you live. So if I talk to, if I see Tom and Rebecca later on next week, I'm like, hey, did you see whatever happened? Or they ask me, and I'm like, nah, I didn't see that. They're like, how'd you not see that? It was all over the news. It was all, like, on the apps. It was all over Facebook. It was all over Instagram. I'm like, well, I didn't see it on my algorithm. I don't know what y'all be watching, but I don't see that bullshit. What happened, though? Like, people think I'm crazy. Like, I just don't see dumb shit like that, because I don't like the shit. I don't subscribe to it. I don't comment on it. You know what I mean? Depending on whatever it is, whatever topic we're talking about, right? And this is why, and people also get mad as far as like friends and things like that. This is why I let go years ago. If my friends don't share my content, if they don't even like my shit, if they don't comment it, I would hope if you see it, you would share it. But, especially if you're my friend, right? Or, some type of acquaintance where we follow each other and we're like minds, whatever. I do that for people. If I see their shit, I'm like, I like it, I share it to my story, whatever. If it's something of substance or whatever, or you trying to get your business out there or whatever it is that you got going on, like, I'll try and share it. Or if you have good knowledge or something like that. But if I don't see it, I don't see it. Like, literally, that's another thing. Like, people are like, I invited you on Facebook. I'm like, bitch, I didn't see that shit. Like, I have a phone. I have a number you can text. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could DM me, or you know what I'm saying? At least hit up my hotline. Like, especially if you have the hotline. Come on, there's no excuse when you have the hotline. But if you ain't got the hotline, DM. Not, oh, I sent an invite. Oh, I sent them an invite, they didn't show up. Like, so remember, 10 to 15% of your followers will only see your profile. 10 to 15%. And you could be following thousands of motherfuckers, and thousands of motherfuckers could be following your ass, okay? So just keep that in mind so y'all don't get butt hurt at why I may not look at your shit. Okay, let's just slide that all the way in. So social media really definitely has us comparing our lives, and like I said, it's a highlight reel. You only see what makes you feel good, and sometimes it can also be on the other detriment of that too. That information overload, when you're trying to actually learn things that are outside of your actual real world, you can fall into rabbit holes, and then you can actually get depressed. It's like sensory overload. It's a lot of sensitive content, sensitive information. So this can mess with self-esteem. This can cause people to go into depression. Can cause that confusion, not knowing their left from their right, the real from the fake, and just kind of want to like give up on life altogether. So that's included under that umbrella of fake news and mind games, right? So we have a lot of campaigns that are pushing out disinformation. We have headlines even going out, and people think just because it's on the news, it's real, right? That's a whole nother story of television. We ain't gonna get into that. Y'all should already know. It's messing with our minds, right? We're being influenced. We have been being influenced without us really knowing it in the beginning. I feel like we all should know now we're being influenced. And they're using now, it goes so deep to where they're using all the actual, I would say the blue checker initiators, our stars and celebrities of the world. It fed into the music. You see how music ain't even good anymore. Like, you gotta dig and search for the good music. You know, songs ain't songs anymore. Lyrics ain't lyrics anymore. So it got so deep to where they had to rock us to sleep with the celebrities, with their music, the style of dress. Now you got niggas walking around with their fingernails painted, you know, different color hair, wearing skirts and purses and getting pregnant and all kinds of stuff. Like, it's just crazy. I'm not discriminating anybody. I'm just throwing it out there on how the world has changed right now through social media. So don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you what I peep online, okay? So algorithms. Let's talk about this for a second. So as far as algorithms, okay? So social media algorithms can have your back if you're using social media to your advantage, okay? Like I said, you can personalize things and make it super on point to whatever it is that you would like to see, or if you're in a business entity, on the audience that you would like to target. Who is your ideal avatar? You can really tap in, tune in with the details of that. I just talked about that, especially if you're doing ads. It'll show you relevant and interesting content, you know, keeps you going. And it's like it reads our minds now. Now you got to remember too, these devices also record our voices. So I'm pretty sure when I get off doing live of this video talking about social media versus reality, I can scroll on TikTok or Facebook and see people talking about the same thing that I'm talking about because my phone is listening to me. That's another thing that y'all don't get to understand. You're like, man, I was just talking to Sally about butterflies and shit, then I seen a video about a butterfly. I'm like, what the hell? Or I was talking to my homegirl about I was on my period the other day talking about what kind of pads to use, and all of a sudden now I see an ad for pads. I'm sorry, that was a little too personal, but I'm just saying like that, you know what I'm saying? Like that should be happening. It's part of the algorithm. So this is what keeps us engaged. This is what keeps us staying on our phones. This is what keeps us from creating. This is what keeps us from finding our true selves, you know, and the more relevant content that they see us liking and commenting on, they're going to hit us with it. And then also show you similar type of content of people that you're not even following. You have never seen a day in your goddamn life, but they got like 4 million views on some bullshit that you liked a video probably from last week, and now they're showing you the same kind of similar content on your timeline now, okay? The engagement is through the roof with bullshit, right? We know this. So that's not all. There's a secret sauce to these algorithms. A lot of people sit there and really dissect these algorithms. I kid you not. You can go on YouTube and you can find a person really dissecting the YouTube algorithm. What to post, what not to post, how to, you know, use SEO to push your content, what headlines you, what keywords, what softwares. And this is all across all platforms. You can do this for Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you know, shit, Twitter, all kinds of, every platform has its own type of algorithm. But the funny thing is all these people, they found out because they're watching who has dug so deep to investigate this algorithm bullshit. This is why they change it all the time. Every time you get an app that's updating, they're changing the algorithm. Or when your app is not working or it kicks you out, they're updating the algorithm. Just when you think you know what the hell is going on, they fucking switch it up. Because why? Y'all talk about it online and you share it out. And the more viral information it gets, then that's when they know, oh, we need to change this now. They figured us out. All right then, damn. Let's figure it out, guys. Switch it up. Like, they do it every time. So it's like they use what, you know, their shit. Once we find out their shit, they use it against us again because we're talking about it. We're telling each other about it. This is because it's the only way we can keep each other in the know is through social media, right? And this is how we get rocked to sleep because we're actually telling them what we know and then they throw it back in our faces. So that's another point. So what else do I want to talk about? So yeah, endless exploration of information, you guys, you know. Your algorithm can bring you some fresh ideas. It can motivate you, can uplift you. You can feel supported in this world. You can feel like you want to be somebody or do something, which is great if you know how to work, make the internet work for you, or these apps work for you. You know, because everything is right at our fingertips, right? So content can really flood in. You can filter through. You can remove the junk. There's now, it's getting so deep to where they have switches in your, on every single app. If you go into privacy and security, now it's like you can, or sometimes it automatically does it, depending on if you have an iPhone or Android, it'll automatically hide sensitive content or whatever toggles there are. You can actually update all of this stuff for the most part, but still, you still may get hit with things that you don't even follow. So they curate a lot of stuff, pretty much for the most part. So let me just fast forward a little bit. We know we got the algorithm wizards behind the scenes, and you know sometimes it can be very daunting, and it can be very sad. It can be very hurtful. It can be full of pain. It can be disappointing because we're already separated by race, color, creed, religion, gender, you know, all that stuff already. And so that's playing out on social media as well. Like, I remember there was like some contest on TikTok or whatever, and, you know, not to bring up the race card, but this, just to give you a visual example for the sake of the case study here, okay? It was all white people that had the top 5 or whatever, something like that, or top 10, right? They got an award for being a content creator. But mind you, the trend that person set that actually got first to 10th place was from a black content creator. So there was a war with black and white, you know what I mean? Who initiated what? And come on, let's just keep it a whole buck. Everything gets copied from us. Down from our toes to our head. Okay, so we ain't gonna go there though. We already know these things. So the downsides to these goddamn algorithms, right? These are the echo chambers. Okay, you can write that down. They're echo chambers. You know what I'm talking about? It's kind of like whatever you're talking about amongst your family, amongst your friends. That's why. See, this is why, you know, back in the days, like, it's like it was like a thing to not put things on social media. This is why you watch movies to where they have burner phones. Like, if you watch, you know, Power, right? And, you know, Monique was like, here, I throw that other phone away. I got another phone. It's the same shit. Untraceable phones, you know, all those things, and it matters, right? So, so with these algorithms, they show you things that match your beliefs, or based off of the things that you talk about, based off of things that you like, the things that you see. And this is where, like I said, you get stuck in the bubble. This is where we can get manipulated, okay, with fake news. A lot of people out here in the world think that news reporters, and they say, oh, don't watch TV, it's fear-mongering, but yet their whole fucking channel is fear-mongering the world about, y'all need to go get this, and y'all need to get that, and oh my god, look at this, what happened? Like, no solutions whatsoever. It's kind of like, still, you claim you're waking people up, but yet you're doing the same thing the news is doing. You're fucking fear-mongering and scaring people out of their goddamn pants. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want to do shit now. You're not helping, okay? So, a lot of that, okay, and it's because a lot of people are operating their ego. They want more likes, they want more comments, they want the bag, they want the internet bag, right? So now it's the AI bag. God. So a lot of people push misleading or harmful content, and then you consume this one creator and you think they know everything, and they're just doing it for a bag, for attention, for likes, for comments. So that's the only thing that sucks about these goddamn algorithms. The algorithms are very crafty, okay? They're designed to keep us, I would say, in a sleep state, if you want to call it that, so we all know what we're talking about, or to keep us hooked, to keep all the bullshit in our faces, you know what I'm saying, instead of the truth. just too much time on social media is never good for your health, you know, and it sucks. We got to really watch out for that, especially when it comes to our kids, okay? Privacy, I feel like privacy is non-existent. Please prove to me that we have privacy on these apps. Please prove to me that. I'm waiting for somebody. Please. Privacy ain't safe with these algorithms, okay, snooping around. Now it's like every app you download, it's saying, hey, this app wants to track where your location is. Why do you want to track my location? I just want to figure out, you know, I just want to edit a photo. Why do you need to know my location for that? Like, every app asks that now. It's weird. Okay, so it's kind of like they gather our data like there's no tomorrow. It's a legit concern, okay, because like I said earlier, we don't know what they do with our personal information. Now get this, sometimes algorithms create negativity and controversy. How do they do that? Well, let's talk about it. You see something playing out in the news, then it goes from the news to Twitter. Twitter spreads it like a wildfire, and then now it's on every app, right? So who's involved in that? Us, the people, right? If you're engaging in, let's say, whatever happened to, oh, this basketball player got caught with a gun pointing at the camera. Now he's going to court. Bob. And it's like everybody's talking about it, like, who gives a fuck? Is this motherfucker paying your bills? Why do you give a fuck? Who cares? Like, how is this helping you in your fucking life right now besides wasting your time and you're talking about all these celebrities? Now, on the flip side to that, I do agree if you do shed light on specific topics that do happen, but you're also bringing awareness about something else as far as AKA how you're getting rocked to sleep. Okay? Or utilizing it as a teaching moment to show people, look, y'all really think this is real? Let's really think about it. Let's break it down together. You know what I'm saying? Or bringing awareness as far as, you know, what's happening, especially when it comes to like children, kids, safety, health, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like bringing awareness in that kind of a way if you are participating in that. If you're just sharing shit just to laugh at it, or like the whole Krishan Rock thing, everybody had something to say about that. Or the whole Polly Pocket fucking couple, the guy that lives in San Diego with his 2 girls. You know, everybody had a live about it. Everybody talked about it religiously. Like, do you have something else to do with your motherfucking time? Why are you sharing this stuff? Why are you talking about it? How is this helping you? Are you getting paid to do this? Are you their like assistant or in some form or fashion? Like, are they, you know, sliding you some money to like spread this bullshit? Because nobody gives a fuck. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, why do you waste your time? Who cares about Khloe Kardashian getting fucking cheated on for the 15 billionth time? Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Unless, like I said earlier, you're watching these people so that you can see the psychology behind it. You can see the things that they are putting in our face so that you know when you're getting rocked to sleep or something's real or fake, or if you need to go research and look at what else is actually happening behind the scenes instead of this headline that's playing out in the news. You know, like, remember, let's give you a big one. When Colin Kaepernick, when he didn't want to, you know, stand for the whole little ooh-wop or whatever. I wouldn't have either. I don't sing the national goddamn motherfucking anthem. The fuck? Y'all read the words of that shit? Anyways. So that was a big thing, right? And the whole Trump getting involved and all that stuff. So then, but guess what happened behind the scenes? All the laws and things that were getting passed behind the scenes. The distraction, social media, versus the laws, aka reality. You see what's going on here, you know? So if you're doing that, kudos to you. You know what I mean? And you're coming up with some solutions, or you're really just trying to bring awareness, and you're not doing the fear mongering, and you're not just spreading the bullshit just to spread it, just because it's funny or it's a laugh, or you just want to add your dumbass 2 cents to it. that, like, who gives a fuck? Yeah, I feel bad for fucking Krishan Rock and them. They're glorifying this toxic ass fucking trauma bond in real life, and a lot of y'all motherfuckers is actually going through that shit, but yet you want to make fun of her because she's a blue checker and a star and she's going through it, and her shit is getting blasted with a camera. Would you want your business on camera? I'm pretty sure half of y'all motherfuckers is going through a goddamn same thing as her ass, okay? It's just not on TV, but yet you're making fun of it. You're shedding light on it as if it's funny. It's not funny. That's terrible. That's not the information that we want to be spreading to, especially our kids that now have cell phones. Y'all get it? Humans care too much about celebrity life, but when it's out in public, it opens the doors for the humans to form an opinion. Right, and it's like everybody has an opinion. They're like assholes. But like, why not shed light on something to, I don't know, maybe talk about, if I brought up Krishan Rock, and it would be more of a point of, we need a little bit more healing, more nurturing. We need more shadow work. Okay, when he said this to her, it's giving, you know, Narcy vibes. This is happening here. Okay, and then this, you know what I'm saying? Like really dissecting situations to find the deeper meaning, to bring light to it. Not to just make fun of it, talk about it, talk shit about it, laugh about it, kiki and ha ha. You know what I'm saying? It's fucked up. It's so fucked up. So, anyways, it's like everybody likes to spread hate. They like to spread the drama. And this is the witchcraft. This is the indoctrination. These are the old programming coming through. Yo ass getting rocked to sleep. And a lot of people are participating in this shit, still continuing to fucking do it. Even the ones that claim they're so woke and so aware, you're still spreading the bullshit. And you're not bringing any type of awareness. That's the problem. That's the problem. Okay? We need solutions, people, right? So yeah, social media algorithms got issues, so you got to be aware of the dark side of it. You know what I'm saying? While still enjoying the good stuff that it can bring for you, that can be life-changing or can help you in some form or fashion, okay? So keep it real. It's good to stay informed about what's going on in the world, but also look out for your peers, brothers and sisters, family members, friends, whoever, okay? Now, let's move along. That's definitely true about Krishan, though. Well, the issue in that regard is a lot of people don't like or don't know how to get to the root of the problem. Thank you for bringing that up. And that's the reason why I say let's use these situations as case studies and all put our brains together, and then maybe we can think of solutions or how to get out of something or how to solve something or how to spot something so that we don't go through it in our personal lives, in our reality, right? Like, instead of bringing people together on these lives, just be like, oh, well, when he said that, do you see his face when he said that? I don't even think he likes her like that. So what? Like, next? Like, is there a point to this? While you're dissecting someone's facial expressions, or you just, like, people just want to, like, make up their own soap operas off of these people, but they're not trying to find out how to solve anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, how to figure out a goddamn solution. Let's say, for example, you are Krishan. Let's say, for example, you are the boyfriend, okay? And this is being broadcasted right now. And let's say you're going through the same fucking shit. Is this showing you anything? Is it helping you? Is it showing you like, hey, you know what? Damn, he just told me that last night. Well, maybe I shouldn't even say this because I look stupid when I say that, because I do the same thing as her. But by you viewing it, maybe it can allow you to check yourself and be like, ooh, I shouldn't have said that. Yeah, I just belittled him when I said that, so maybe I shouldn't come at him like that. I'm gonna switch it up. You know, we should be looking at it from a standpoint of fixing ourselves or coming up with some fucking solutions instead of, you know, like embarrassing these people even more. And I know, you know, sometimes these celebrities, I already know on the other side of that, they're just doing it to get a check they goddamn selves too. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of them are in on the whole scandal anyways to get us rocked to sleep. Okay, I know that part of it too. So I'm just saying, like, if us, you know, us over here are the people that are spreading the bullshit, you know, the nonsense bullshit, at least let's kind of like bring some, help to the situation, a solution, some clarity, identify certain behaviors, patterns. That way we, in our real lives, we can use these as examples of what to do, what not to do, and so forth, and teach and educate one another instead of just making a mockery out of whatever's fucking playing out, and you look dumb yourself because you're involving yourself in it and sharing it and liking it and commenting and laughing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I'm trying to go with it. What's up, Scat Pack? And in order to get to the root of the problem, you got to ask questions, right? And that's the thing. A lot of the times, this is what we don't do. Like I said, people just like to make up stories of what's gonna play next, or what's gonna happen next, or where's Britney Spears? Is she really like hidden in a cave somewhere? Or is she dead? Is she alive? Like, why does it fucking matter if Britney Spears is dead or alive? What is it gonna do for you? You know what I'm saying? Instead, maybe you can figure out, okay, all these stories, all these pictures, all these videos, ooh, there's something fishy going on. Maybe it's more of like, there's really nothing going on with Britney Spears. Or maybe it's just a clone. Or maybe it's just a way to get you away from living real life because you're so sucked into somebody's life that doesn't even mean shit. Like, really look at it in that way. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, just coming up with some ideals. And that way we can actually ask questions. Is this a true story or not? Well, let's kind of figure it out. Let's dissect it and really see, is it real? Is it fake? Well, what brings us to this conclusion, Bob? Like, show me evidence on why you think this is a fake story or a real story. That way you know if you're getting rocked to sleep or not. Those are the kind of questions I like. Some thought-provoking questions. Not some questions where like, oh, you think he's sleeping with somebody else? You know what I'm saying? Like, who gives a fuck? Anyways, let's go on. Social media experiments. And the reason why I want to bring up social media experiences is because of the fact that, damn, that just gave me a whole headache thinking like that. These social media experiences, I've done a few myself. Okay, all these years I've been on social media, having businesses, involving myself in opportunities, things of that nature, right? We have to do experiments. I've done personal experiments too, just to test, to see my audience, to test social behavior. Like, for example, I'll give you a funny one. Let's make it a little lighthearted now. So every year, I would do the same April Fool's joke. I would pretend like I'm pregnant, right? And so it sucks because it probably like scared, if I was talking to anybody at the time, it probably scared them, right? And I would use like Facetune or something to make the pictures look actually real. But then also too, I knew how to stick out my belly to where I looked pregnant a little bit. So, and it's funny how what people would say, you can see their true colors. That's a social media experiment. You can see what their response is. Is it going to be, oh my God, I'm so happy for you, congratulations? Or it was like, oh, I knew this bitch was a hoe, I knew she was going to be pregnant. Like, that ain't my baby. You know what I mean? Like, whatever it was. So a lot of people, this is another part where you have to be careful because people can be playing social media experiments on you and their audience. You just never fucking know. You know what I'm saying? I would always do that for fun. And it's so funny because every fucking year I got people, except for I think the last year I did it, it was like, okay, I think she's on to something. I think she's always going to do this. But yet still people get rocked to sleep. It's like they still believe it, And great. I like that people, they just have hope because they know, like, I want to have a family and kids and stuff. So, I wasn't looking for anything negative out of it. It was always jokes, fun, and laugh. But I'm just giving you guys examples, like, people can do social media experiments. Like, for example, you have to know. I would say if you're doing social media experiments nowadays, though, the algorithms hit different. So, for example, you have to recognize, because there's a lot of scams that are playing out, too. A lot of people are taking over certain people's apps and figuring out their login information and then selling their family and friends and associates and acquaintances on their following list. Hey, I got this new opportunity. I'm doing Forex now. I'm trading and crypto. Why don't you sign up with me, when it's really not even them? So you have to, I would say, at least let a couple of people know when you're doing an experiment versus knowing if your account maybe got hijacked. Because that's happening too. So it's not like back in the day. It's not like back in the day where we can kind of like do those things. Hold on. You gotta kind of let people know at least a couple people that you trust. You know, and that's what I always did. I always let a few people know. That way they know that my account's not hijacked. Because trust me, over my years, I'm pretty sure you've experienced this too, where you may have had duplicate accounts. Now, since AI started rolling out, I started noticing this is happening a lot more, where people's accounts are getting duplicated, okay? You go on TikTok, there's like 1,000 or at least 100 of a content creator that has lots of followers. Even I know, I've tested it where I've followed a so-called guru on TikTok. You click follow, and all of a sudden, you have all of these spam accounts wanting to be your friend. It's so weird. And I'm like, oh, unfollow. What the fuck? So I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't even follow you. Like, I would have to like literally like type in your name if I want to see your content, or you might even end up on my For You page anyway, so it didn't even matter to follow you or not, because I didn't want those spam accounts. And it's funny because I remember one time I did a TikTok live on my other account before it got banned. This was my first spiritual account that I had on TikTok, and that one was up, okay? And so when I would go live on there, I got a flood of, because you know you can connect Instagram and YouTube. I got a flood of like all these accounts on Instagram saying, hey, can you go live? Can you go live? My DMs, it was like 300 something DMs in one fucking night after I got off live. Like, can you go back live again? Can you go back live? Can you come back? Can you come back? Can you come back? When are you gonna go live again? When are you gonna go? I'm like, and these accounts on Instagram, they had no pictures. I even like did a video of this. I had to show my friend, my homeboy at the time, because that happened to him too. He went from like 4,000 to 10,000. I went from like 4,000 to like 11,000 followers. It was so weird. I'm like, all y'all had Instagram accounts this whole time, and you have an actual TikTok profile, but you don't have an Instagram account, and you look like a spam account. It's weird as shit. So, and then I try and go on Instagram, and I actually succeeded finally. I removed at least like 2,000 people. So now I think I'm down to like, because I was at 17, I'm at 15,000. But Instagram blocks me every time I try and unfollow people. Like I can't do it or something. It's stupid. So it's like it's forcing me to see certain people, and hence why this is why I'm even bringing up social media versus reality, because I can't even unfollow certain people I don't even want to see. I get locked or blocked from doing that. So that's stupid too. So yeah, anyways, there's a lot of social media experiments that can be playing out as far as you can do these things too, but they do it to us all the time. Okay, they are testing us. They're trying to see what types of content we consume. They're trying to see what we believe in, what we don't believe in, and they're also using our own logic against us. You know, it's like we can't even win. I feel like we can't. It's like fighting a battle we can't even win in some form or fashion, because once you know and you're alert and you're aware, then they got to conjure up a whole nother plan on how to get us to believe some shit, whether this is through a movie, a TV show, the news, some fucking disease spreading out there, or something. Like, it's like the food now, it's like we're America is under attack, period. Okay, so I just be blocking everything when that happens. Schemers and scammers, right? And you know, my block game is strong. Okay, I'll block a motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. Okay, all the accounts I've ever had, I'm not afraid to block people, because you shouldn't have to see certain things if you don't want to. You know what I'm saying? It's your social media, it's your account, so block all day if you want to. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about solutions, guys, and I'm gonna head off here because I want to go live on my other channel. I'm gonna take a break though, because I didn't know I was gonna be live for this long. So let's come up with some solutions, okay? You know me, I always gotta end it with some solutions, something. Even though we still gotta participate in the fuckery and the dancery, but somehow, some way, we can really make it a little lighter, a little bit easier, right? So posting ghost. Oh, excuse me. So for me, since it's like, yes, for business purposes, I will not run, but I will go and get my name on these apps so that I can have the same name across all platforms for business purposes, okay? I just don't want my name taken in that aspect. So I'll have it, but I may not be super active. And this is why you probably see me on maybe like Twitch or something. I have no fucking content, but I got my name. I'm just keeping it in there for maybe later on when I do decide to know what the hell to do with the platform. Boom, I have my name, I have my account set up, it's ready to roll. That's just how a content creator thinks. If you're a content creator, you know these things, but if you're not, I'm explaining it so you understand why I'm so quick to jump on these apps, hence why maybe your other friends might be too. There's a purpose to it. There's intent behind it, okay? It's not just to have the new best thing just because. Okay? So I post and I ghost, meaning I do marketing, I do ads, I bring awareness to my platform about whatever it is that I'm tapping into. And, you know, sometimes just because I want to have a little bit of fun, whether this is Snapchat or, you know, my personal accounts that I have in certain areas, personal accounts, I might want to just, because that's just my thing. That's my way to digress and just get whatever out I want to get out at the time or whatever. I have personal and I have private and then I have public. So this is why I post and ghost. I post and ghost because what's playing out is not, I don't want to indulge. I don't want to indulge and consume hours of social media. Like, I know what that does for me, for my psyche. I'm also a psychic medium, and, you know, I see beyond what is being posted, and also I feel energies through the phone. I feel energy through, like, I can see and feel someone's intentions through whatever they're saying or whatever they're posting. It's just like, I just feel, and it's too much for me. And that's just me personally. I don't know about y'all, but, you know, doing mindless scrolling and there's no intention of why you're on social media, you're just scrolling just to scroll, it's not good for your mental health. And you're probably wondering why maybe like you get mad or upset like next week or something like that, and react and respond in a way that maybe not is how you normally would act. It's because of something you fed your mind. It goes that deep. It's really that deep. Just as easy as watching certain Netflix TV shows and movies. It's deep, y'all. I ain't gonna go there, but so me personally, I would literally have to type in your name in my search bar if I personally know you to see your shit. And once in a while, I do that just to check up on my friends and see what they got going on, be nosy a little bit, but for the most part, I post and ghost. You might see me on there for a second, like, post something, but then I'm gone. I'm off the app. So if you message me right as soon as I post something, I don't reply, I've left the app already. I'm sorry. Or I scheduled the shit. I schedule a lot of my content for the most part. That way I won't have to be on these apps, y'all, for real. And don't forget, so 10 to 15% of your following, only 10 to 15% of your following is going to see your content anyways. It's not going to be, let's say on Facebook you have 5,000 followers, only 10 to 15% will see you posting on your timeline. Now, unless you are in the actual algorithm. You'll know when you're out of an algorithm is you get barely anything. When you're in a specific algorithm, your shit is being shown on maybe For You pages or the Explore page, or, you know what I'm saying? Because you're getting lots of engagement, or it's something that you're pushing out that goes along with the rhetoric of the world that you could be helping rock people to sleep. Like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Or it's carnal, right? It's sexualized. So unless you have stories, you know, like Instagram, like if I'm a person that frequents your content, I'll probably see like a little bubble of you or something, and I'll click on it. Like, I like stories, quick 1-2 second ooh-wops, I'm in and out of there, just like a little newspaper. I'm probably, you know, waiting for something or bored at the moment, or at a, you know, like, it's usually more when I'm waiting for something, like waiting for something to upload if I'm doing content, or if I'm getting content ready and I'm on the computer typing. You know, I use social media as fillers sometimes. I might be listening to a YouTube video in the background, or, you know what I'm saying? There's intentions with what I do. So anyways, I also, when I'm consuming content, if I know I'm going to be on there, like sometimes I'll admit I like TikTok. You know, TikTok, I get stuck because the certain algorithm that I have on my business account versus my personal, two different ones. So on my personal one, it's more of like trending sounds, like stuff that's going on now, things of that nature, that helps me to figure out what I'm going to post next. You know what I'm saying? Or how to just learn about content creation and all that stuff. Like it's all like a geeky, my algorithm's geeky on that one. And then on my business one, it's more like the spiritual, esoteric stuff like that. So I kind of get sucked into that one because it's like, I love that type of information. So yeah, so I always make sure I wear blockers or readers. Like I have certain glasses that I wear with like, you know, I program them. Also, I put my shields up. Okay, I shield myself when I'm searching through social media, just to protect my energy. Okay, that goes really deep. You can watch my other channel for all that stuff. So anyways, you can also pay attention to the apps that you have on your phone. There's an app on your phone where it should allow you to see how long you've been on the app. Moral of the story: live your life, post whatever you want as far as business or positive posts, then poof, be gone. Live in your reality, just get off the phone and be within the real world. Exactly, T. So it can show you how long you've been on each app, right? And let's say, for example, your person, let's say you're like, oh, I never go on Instagram. You're probably on Instagram for like 30 minutes for the week, but yet you're on TikTok for 11 hours the whole week. I mean, kind of see where you can limit your time. This is where you know what app where you need to limit your time at. And then turn whatever it is that you consumed, maybe hopefully it was some knowledge that you gained, and then you can take action on it and turn it into a hobby or create something or add it into your real life, right? Okay, so set time limits. Okay, if you know that you have a little bit of downtime, I know a lot of people do this while they're at work. They just grab their phone mindlessly and they scroll. So that'll gobble up time too. So I would say set limits maybe to help you out. Do like, okay, I'm only going to check social media for 30 minutes a day. Watch how you feel when you do that. Trust me, it helps. I did a 30-day experiment on myself where I did no social media for 30 days. And honey child, let me tell you, my mind was so clear. I was decisive on the actions that I wanted to display for the day. I enjoyed life. I was able to pay attention and stay in the present moment and really see the beauty right in front of me in real time. I wasn't sad, mad, upset, depressed, like none of that like mood swing bullshit. I'm telling y'all, try this social media experience. I'm telling y'all. This will also allow you to focus more on your goals, okay? Know why you're on social media in the first place. Know why you're on social media in the first place. Let's just start there, okay? Start there, all right? Is it to connect with friends? Is it to network? Is it to meet like-minded people like you? Because maybe you have a product or some knowledge or some skills or whatever that you need an audience for. You know, is it to resonate with other people? Is it to get a bag? Are we in our bag? Is it to build your career? Is it to bring awareness to something that's playing out right now? And you're here to bring solutions. You know, are you learning something? Okay, so those are just a few examples. So whatever goals you have in mind, keep those in mind and avoid wasting your time and wasting your brain on bullshit. Okay? And you know, and also too, we've all done it, but know why you're getting sucked into a rabbit hole. Like, I didn't know why I used to get into rabbit holes. I would hop from one subject to another, and as soon as you know it, I was up until 6 a.m. in the morning, and I'm like, this isn't good for my health. Like, I need to change this. I was depressed, sad. It wasn't, I was dehydrated. I wasn't eating, drinking, nothing. Like I was just like so sucked into my phone and trying to be like Nancy Drew on a case. Like somebody hired me as a goddamn CSI investigator to figure some shit out. And really, it was just because I was interested. What? A whole waste of time. So that's what I'm saying. Know why you're in a rabbit hole. So now I know why I'm in a rabbit hole. Like maybe I'm in a rabbit hole to dissect this book that I'm reading right now, or to learn something, or to gain a new skill set, or you know what I'm saying? Like know why you're in the rabbit hole if you're in one. Unfollow any drama. Okay, don't let any drama mess with your vibe. There's a lot of people here that say anything now for $1. You can get paid now to be on these apps, right? I know you've seen it. People get likes, shares, comments. You can subscribe to their shit. You can send any kind of gifts, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So people are saying anything now. People are just starting shit just because. People are doing anything. I'm telling you, they're starting to be AI robots now getting it back. Thank you for the flowers. Thank you for, the lollipop and the ice cream. Like, they're doing anything for $1 now. Even the controversy that's on Twitter, people just saying anything out the side of their neck just to get a tweet, a retweet, a comment, a quote, attention, okay? So unfollow any drama, okay? Maybe even put your profile on private, block any haters, any negative people, surround yourself with positive shit, uplift yourself, maybe like more motivational shit. Maybe if you do have apps on your phone, download like the motivational apps that give you like I am affirmation quotes or some shit like that, okay? Be mindful, take breaks, stay present, and mindful as far as when you're on social media, right? Be mindful of when you're scrolling. Notice what you're consuming. How does it make you feel, right? Don't mindlessly scroll for hours. Know why you're on the shit. No, like let's say for example, you're like, oh, let me check on Tamira and see what she got going on. I want to see what she did for the day because I remember she told me she was going to go to this big bash, you know what I mean? But I want to see who showed up, what she wore, what gifts she got, what happened. So that's setting your intention with knowing why you're going to social media. You know exactly what app to find her on. You're seeing what the hell is happening. And then boom, you're just off. You figured it out. You know what I mean? That's like giving you an example of a visual of setting your intentions and know why you are scrolling. So take breaks when you feel overwhelmed. A lot of people don't even realize half the time they feel overwhelmed just based off of some information that somebody quoted, tweeted, posted a fucking something on their Instagram story, and now they're sitting in vain thinking it's about them when really it probably wasn't even about them. And so now their whole day is fucking ruined, and then here they go creating all these circumstances and consequences and trying to like repost and it's like showing out and responding subliminally to whatever somebody said. It's like, it's stupid. It's so retarded. I would say use social media to create, not consume, but that's just me because I've been, all of these things I'm talking about, I've been in every single case that I've talked about. So I'm not saying this just to fucking say it. Like, I've gained a lot of experiences and I'm like, this ain't right to have me come and do this video right now, okay? Create, don't consume. That's just me. Or if you're not a creator, then you're learning something, right? Just don't be a passive consumer. You know what I'm saying? Be a creator too, if you can. Or share your thoughts, share art, spread more of like positive energy, or spread more awareness. Or this is like saying, hey y'all, the strawberries were rotten from Driscoll's at Costco. Don't fucking eat the strawberries. They said, you know what I'm saying? Like, eat some shit like that, okay? Or whatever you're passionate about, share that instead, okay? There's more other fulfilling ways to be on social media. So find a balance. Social media should be fun. You should be interacting with family that you haven't seen in a long time, with your friends, sharing their shit. They have businesses and things of that nature. And just maybe letting it be your own online album. I remember when Instagram was just all about photos. It wasn't about videos. And I used to think I was a whole ass fucking photographer. So it's like, share your cool little picture. You know what I'm saying? Like, make it fun for you. Know why you're doing it. And also, don't let it take over your relationships. Any ship that you're sailing, a relationship, a friendship, a business partnership, whatever it is, don't let it please, this is like the #1 killer of relationships is fucking social media, and it's just like so annoying. I remember when I was in a connection one time, and it's just like all of my friends were noticing this was happening. We were all kind of doing these subliminal retweets and quotes, and oh, I'm gonna post and act like I'm here, and let's kind of say we're here and we're really not. Like years ago, I remember, was this like MySpace or Facebook? I think it was Facebook, when Facebook started doing the check-ins. I'm like, wait a minute, this ain't right. You know, you start to, when you in it, you participate, and then you start to see the fuckery and the dancery. And I was like, wait, should we even be telling people we're here? Because what if they really show up? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, so don't let these apps control your relationships and your real life. Like I always do when I do post and ghost, I've already left the spot, like facts. I probably went there yesterday and I'm posting it today. Like, you'll never know where the fuck I'm at or what I'm doing unless I'm live, like right now. So another thing is spend time with actual people on the phone, FaceTime, voice clips, text messages, in person, or just stay offline like that. It's weird when you're like just posting your relationship just to gloat that you're in a relationship, or because then guess what, when it gets bad, everybody goes and deletes all the fucking pictures, all the fucking videos, and you're sitting there feeling stupid as fuck, right? So it's like, I would say keep your relationships private until you know it's a thing, like it's a for sure thing, you know what I'm saying? That way you won't put yourself in that tunnel. Filter your feed, okay? Curate your feed to see the stuff that you want to see. You know, have it educate you, you know, however that works for you. Just try and follow accounts that add value to your life. I would always say like maybe once every couple of months or something like that. Like I said, I was able to like remove 2,000 people. I'm gonna just probably have to go through and block, since I can't like delete or remove as a friend, because then it stops me after 150 accounts, which is stupid. And then I get locked out from doing anything. It's so dumb. So yeah, anyways, follow accounts that add value to your life, not just mindless entertainment. A couple of books to read, or podcasts, or audiobooks. I would say actual audiobooks, or you can get the physical book if you want. Go on Amazon for these. What I was talking about earlier, type in John F. Rockefeller, The Secret Covenant. Oh, disclaimer. Any of these things, please make sure you're not depressed, mad, or upset, or going through some shit in your life before you listen to any of these, okay? Also, go listen to or buy the book, The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Shin. Also, buy the book or listen to the audiobook, George Orwell, 1984. Outwitting the Devil, Napoleon Hill. Kevin Trudeau, Your Wish is Your Command. And also by Kevin Trudeau, Level 4. I think his Level 4, I was programming myself years ago with that. But now that playlist that I have is non-existent, so I'm not sure if you're able to see the Level 4 one. There was something I used to listen to every night back in like 2016, 2017 to program my mind. Anyways, I'll do a book collection video actually, because I've been on here for way too long. I'll do a book collection video separate, you guys. And don't forget, when I do mention these books, we all know that they've been edited probably, and half the time they are missing the real keys. Just like everyone says, go read The Secret. Like, you know, a lot of these books you won't find actually what you're looking for. You have to read between the lines for the most part, and they're actually good tools, right? Just think of everything in life as a tool. And I love all y'all guys, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Click smash subscribe. Thanks for chilling and hanging out. Peace. Protect your energy. And I'll probably see you on my other channel. Love you.